Hey everyone, welcome back to Midwest DBS. I got a Garlic Jr. deck profile for you. So once again, if you like the content we're doing with our battles and our deck profiles, like and subscribe so you can get all the updated content. So Garlic Jr. is a pretty interesting leader. Now that we got the new expansion set, it makes it a lot more playable, so I'm just going to go over it real quick. So it has the Overlord once per turn, where you can place one of your cards and serve into the bottom of your deck and draw a card. When he attacks, you draw a card. He can awaken if you have a Unison that's specified 3 cost. He's a restand 1, draw 1. Or he awakens the old-fashioned way at 4 life, and he still restands or draw 1. But if you play your Unison out, when you have more than 6 life, when you play at Unison, you can awaken and take your life down to 6 life to see more cards. On the opposite side, he still has the Overlord once per turn. He still has, when he attacks, he draws a card. And then when one of your, the other ability is auto. When one of your opponent's cards attacks, you may choose one yellow Demon Clan card with the energy cost of 2 or less from your hand and play it in rest mode with the skills negated for the turn. So once per turn when your opponent attacks, you can essentially play a free battle card. It won't have its skills that come and play in rest mode, but it's still good because when it goes back to your turn, it just allows you to apply more pressure. Um, so what makes the deck tick? You have Makio Star. This is a card you need a mulligan for, or this card, which finds your Makio Star. So Makio Star, when it comes into play, you can search top 5 for a Demon Clan card, 2 or less. And with the number of Demon Clan this deck plays, it's basically replaces itself, so you'll be seeing that a lot. Then it has auto. If your leader card is Demon Clan card, at the end of your turn, choose up to 1 yellow Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand and play it with its skills negated for the turn. So once again, like on the leader when it swings, it's allowing you to play more battle cards out, kind of flood the board. So and this card right here has the activate main. You can discard it to go find this, and then you can play it. It also has an auto that when you use the Overlord, you can pay 1 yellow and play it for free. Oh, I'm knocking stuff around. I'm sorry. Okay, so next card we have is Vinegar. So Vinegar has the same auto. When you activate Overlord skill, you can play it for 1 energy. It has an auto when you play this card. Choose up to, look up the top 5 cards to the top of your deck. Choose 1 yellow Demon Clan energy costs 2 or less among them, and copies this card in rest mode. Then shuffle your deck. 2 or less among them, other than copies of this card. So once again, it gets just good selection. Helps you find what you need because this deck runs a lot of Demon Clan. Now the Demon Clans you can mess around with. Right now I'm playing 3 Yamcha. 3 Yamchas, a blocker and a servant. He's really good to play off some of your free plays, like the Makio Star, because it will negate his skills that turn, but he's a blocker. So a lot of times you're looking to play this off that because you play it, has the skills negated. That's at the end of your turn, so it goes to your turn, and now you have him up as a blocker. Next we have 3 Bulma. Now Bulma's there because it's a servant once again, and a lot of this deck has synergy with servants and using your Overlord. This deck basically is constantly playing cards, drawing cards, so it keeps a decent sized hand at all times. But this card also can help you find your 3-drop Unison if you don't have it. So, yeah, 3. And then all these servant cards, of course, get a plus 10k. So that's also something that's really good. But okay, I didn't explain that. The one part about Servant though, when it swings, it does get a plus 10k. But the thing about Servant is it can't be switched back to active mode during your charge phase, and that's why you use this energy of putting these cards on the bottom of your deck to draw cards. Next, we play 2 Chi-Chi. You could play up to 3. Actually, right now I'm fine with playing 2. I don't have the 3rd yet. I have actually the 3rd on the way, but I'm considering just playing 2 to 3 for sure. And this card's pretty good. It has a servant ability as well. So essentially it's a 20k swinger that won't untap, But when this card enters play, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards or Unison cards and switch it to rest mode. That's a TP card. They're actually not too expensive right now, which is really good. Last but not least, last servant we played are 3 Roshi. It's Servant. When it comes into play, draws a card, and you can't play any more copies of this card for the draw one card, and you can't activate the auto skill. Sorry. You can play more copies of this, you just can't activate the auto to draw a card. Last but not least, we're going to play 4 Baby Unison. The Baby Unison is the main Unison you need to awaken early. And a lot of times, this field's so aggro, you're really not leaning on your Baby Unison to awaken early. But if you're playing in slower decks, then yes, you will be. But this card's really good. It has blocker. So essentially, you can swing with it. Then you can not pay one. You get to tick up 1 energy to put it back in rest mode. So now you got your blocker. It also got the -2 if your leader card is yellow. Choose up to one of your mono yellow battle cards its energy cost of 5 or less and switch it to active mode. So you have some other blockers in here. So basically, this guy is there to swing, restand, be defensive, or swing and -2 to restand another card. But it also has the permanent, if you have 2 or more yellow battle cards in rest mode, then your yellow leader gets plus 5k for turn. And a lot of times that's happening with this deck with all the servants you play. Even though you're botting deck servants to draw cards, a lot of times you're flooding the board enough to still meet that requirement. Since we're playing that, we also are playing 3 Vegeta Prideful Transformation. Now I want to explain this card because we did a battle video and I made a mistake in a battle video, which you got to be careful with your counter windows and how you play this. Basically, I was playing against Rudigarn. He KO'd one of his cards and he went to go search, and once he played it, then I played. But a lot of times you got to remember there's 2 counter windows, so I did make a mistake in the video, but that was just play testing. I mean, it wasn't an actual event, but just keep in mind that there are 2 counterplay windows, especially for cards that search things out of decks. We play 1 Michikaburo Unison. It's a 4-drop. It's still just probably the most powerful yellow Unison. I might try to make room to make play 2 of these in the deck, just because a lot of times if you play this card and it's protected, this card can just win the game on its own. Next you play 3 Garlic Jr. Immortal Avenger. It's a unique card. It's indestructible because he's Garlic Jr. And the thing is with your leader, being able to put servants on the bottom of the deck, and it's really good because that procs that. If one of your is it servants or is it Demon Clan? It's just any of your Demon Clan. When one of your which servants are Demon Clan, but when one of your Demon Clan cards is removed from the battlefield by a skill, so it could be your opponent's skill, could be your skill, then this gets to auto. You can pay 1 yellow energy and play this, and it can come out pretty dang early. Auto, once per turn, you can switch this card to rest mode when you activate an Overlord skill and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So this card really makes the deck tick now just because it's so versatile. It can blow up stuff. It comes out essentially for 1 yellow energy and makes it where you can go up your evolve chain a lot quicker. Which, speaking of the evolve chain, is the big garlic. So it EX evolves for 1. It's indestructible and critical. It also has an Overlord skill where you can place a servant at the bottom of your deck and draw a card. So like I said, this deck does just keep its hand size decently high. And then it also has its activate made once per turn. If your leader card is yellow Demon Clan, you can look at the bottom of your deck, and if it's a Demon Clan card with energy cost of 2 or less, you may play it, otherwise return it to the bottom of the deck. So with this deck, putting cards at the bottom a lot. You know what cards you're putting at the bottom, and then you can use that just to bring it back out. So super combos, I just showing 2 different ones, just because both these fit very well in the strategy. Right now, it's just a 2-2 split. I would say you probably just want to run 4 Zamasu, honestly, because this deck sees enough cards that it keeps your hand count high, so you really don't need this. I just wanted to show you do have options But if I was actually playing the deck, I would play 4 Zamasu and not the 2/2. Just because Zamasu is just good. Could essentially stop 2 attacks. Now, our negates. Play 2-time magic. I play 3 energy field. Now, the thing with energy field is it kind of acts like a Nimbus, but the stipulation to meet is you have to have 4 Demon Clan cards in play to do that. And also, if you have the Demon Clan cards in play, you can also do it for free. The only issue with this is 4 cards. So I'm really thinking, and I just leave it up to people to do what they want to do. They can run 3. They could even only run 4 negates and find an extra space made for the extra Mitch Kabura. Or, like I was thinking, I might just run Nimbus instead of this, because just pitching a card is easier to do than doing the rest of the abilities on that. But they're both really good, and like, you do flood the board a lot, but there's some decks that just are really good at board control, and you'll just be using this for 1 energy negate, which I guess is still fine. But just keep that in mind. You could run this or Nimbus. I'm also running 2 Further Instruction Champa, just because this deck doesn't have any double strikers, and a lot of times there's turns where you just need to put on a lot of pressure, and Further Instruction Champa can still add double strike to any of your 20k servant swings. Your big Garlic Juniors are 30k critical, so now you got a double strike crit. So I really like running Further Instruction Champa in this deck, just because sometimes you have to pressure Unisons. I mean, and if you don't have any double strikers, it's going to be hard to pressure Unison. So, yeah. Last but not least, we want another turn 1 play. If you don't see your Makio Star or the Demon Clan card that goes and grabs your Makio Star, you play it out for 1. It replaces itself, draws a card. Then you have the Activate main. If your opponent has 5 cards in Rex mode, he gains a plus 15,000 in dual attack. So he gets a 19k that can swing twice. So it's good at pressuring Unisons, just because it swings twice. And if a Unison's getting really annoying, you have Champa. You can swing double strike, then 1. So it can essentially rip 3 counters from a Unison, which is huge. Also, when you have that Activate main, sometimes people forget that if I do the Activate main and he gets the plus, he swings, he's a 19k, I pass the turn. Still my opponent's turn, he's still a 19k, so keep that in mind. Because it just sometimes they'll swing at things just 4k. Just remind your opponent that, you know, play nice. Just, I know it's your opponent's job to read your cards too, but you just tell them, you know, it's still a 19k, just so you know. But that's all I got for the Garlic deck profile. If you have any ideas for it, you can go ahead and drop them down in the comments. And once again, thanks for watching. Bye.